Hello, this is Adam Harrison. Today I'm going to be doing the technical demo for my FYP, which is on Believable Enemy AI Systems. So to explain the test scenarios that I've got ahead of us, there are various doors and windows and agents that will be killed off upon pressing these buttons here. So I'm just going to introduce some of the tests. So keypad 1 is going to open this window here. Now this guy has spotted that this door is opened when it shouldn't be. So he's going to go in and he's going to start investigating the area. If the player was, say, standing here, then the AI would immediately rush the player. But in this case, since the player was not in there, he is just going to go there. Oh, this guy. Oh, both these guys have now noticed that this door is opened. Previously, he didn't notice the door was open because he was standing here. And once he got round that corner, he realized. Now, this guy has decided that since this room is being searched, he is going to search this room in case anything is going on here. Now, a little bit of context for what this guy here is doing. Well, was doing, I should say. He was looking at this look point, which is a predefined location in the map where I sort of drag around and I tell the AI this is a strategically important area of the room where they can get a good view of the whole room. So you can see, so from here then, they have a view like this, or a view like this, or like this. And that lets the AI get a good search of the entire room going. It would be nice if those are dynamically placed, which would be a good realm for further research. Right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so these guys have finished their search of this room, and this guy, I imagine, should be returning back to his original behavior at some point. This guy's just going back to his patrol route now, which is okay. Apparently my gizmos are refusing to work for patrol routes. Never mind, but his patrol route looks like this, if I'm remembering correctly. Right, on to the next thing. So, keypad 3. I'm going to do this door test last, as that will kill the player. So, opening the window. Oh, all three guys have immediately detected that that window has been opened. So they are going in to check. And they have found nothing, so they are going to go away. Well, actually, they are checking this room now. So now, let's get on to a rather macabre aspect of the testing. And we are about to execute poor old Johnny over here. Goodbye, Johnny. Johnny has been offed. And here we go. This guy is now clocked on. His buddy is dead. Which has caused him to radio every AI in the map. And they will now do a room search checking for bodies or for the player. See here, this guy has... Well, I imagine he has finished his search for the locker and has now decided that there's nothing else in this room to do. But a good thing about this is this dead body will no longer cause concern for the AI if that is one that has been seen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this guy finish up his search here, and now I'm going to do keypad 5, which toggles the light switch. So you can see that's caused a reaction of who's turned off these lights. He's going to go over to the light switch, look around. He's going to head back to do a search. Now, say if the player was in this room and he was trying to hide, this search would stop the player from being able to hide successfully, because if the player is in one of these lockers that the agent investigates it, they will die. Also, if the player is just sort of loitering around here, say there was some crates and he was hiding, then the player would most likely get caught from this locker and investigation and the look point investigation. So now onwards to some audio perception. Let's play a very loud sound. As you see, the sound originated from here, and everyone, well, except this guy here, I guess, he's a bit deaf, has decided that this sound is worth investigating. So they are starting to investigate the room once more. Right, now I reckon it's time that these AI finally got their reward and went to go hunt the player. So let's open the door to the player's room. And once one of them turns around and looks in this general direction, they will notice a now open door. Here we go. Oh, he has also seen it. Oh, and now he has killed off the player. So these guys are now just checking out your corpse because guess they're just like doing that. They're a bit weird. I'm not going to put it past them. So, onwards to how some of these systems work. That is a very confusing view. Let's only look at one of the AI. These are their view cones. Cones, obviously, because there are multiple of them. In fact, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cones for the AI's vision. This little box back here, this is for the player to assassinate them from. This is not related to the AI. So you have focal far, focal close, non-focal left and right, and peripheral left and right vision. Each of them have different detection increments, and the player then has various bones attached to himself, which say, this is my chest, this is a higher detection value than, say, the player's wrist. Another aspect of the audio perception systems was if I get out a... I don't want paint. Paint isn't good. I want paint.net. So we're going to open up the audio perception diagram here. So in this example scenario, we have sound source, so the player in this case, and the enemy. So now a lot of games will do a example where they'll use Euclidean distance, so they will just go straight from the player to the enemy and see if it's less than, I don't know, 5 meters. If it's less than 5 meters, then the AI has heard the sound, but the AI shouldn't really hear the sound because, you know, the sound should be like going like boop, boop. Obviously, I am no physics guy here, so these are not the most precise sound bounces imaginable. But either way, sound bounces around to travel. It doesn't go through walls necessarily. So if we just ditch those markings, what we instead are doing is a pathfind. So the sound source will go like this, 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 this. Now this isn't quite realistic sound travel, as sounds do, well, like I already mentioned, sound bounces around. But in this case, the sound is just doing a pathfind from the player to the enemy. And if it is within a certain distance, then the enemy has heard that sound. Another aspect of it is, say we had this sound and it has a volume of 1. So this should be heard if the enemy was like right here. But this enemy is... I'm just going to say 15 meters away for the sakes of it. And let's say he's 15 meters away and the sound has 20 meters of distance. That means that the sound would have traveled 75% of its max range. So now that sound level of, we said a sound level of 1.0, that's now only going to be 0.25 because the sound has used up 75% of its energy just traveling to get here, which is a nice touch, and it makes the sound travel seem more realistic and how, you know, actual humans hear things, which was also the intention behind how the view cones work. You've seen practical demonstrations of the environmental awareness system where the light switch doors and windows, so I won't bother describing those. The AI's behavior tree is rather large, and the full demo of this and the full every node of this is covered in the report. This behavior tree editor would have to be built from scratch, as Unity doesn't have behavior trees or an editor for behavior trees that it doesn't have, so I built this from scratch. Yeah, that process is also covered in the report. So with that being said, I believe every aspect that I should be covering is covered. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.